My name is Ben, and I'll be talking to you about Takeflite Maintenance and what we can do for your maintenance organization. Takeflite is an online aviation maintenance service. So what that means is that all you need is a computer with an internet connection, and you can be off to the races. You can start using our software. So by having it as an online system, not only are you able to access your information from different locations, but multiple people in your organization can access it. For example, your pilots can enter flight logs. Your storeroom team can access it for managing the storerooms. Management can access it for running reports. And the reservations team could even access it to see if you're planning any maintenance in the near future. Takeflite Maintenance is what we call a software as a service. What that means is that you pay a monthly fee, which largely reflects how much you're using the system. And we manage everything in the background. So you don't need a server or any of this other stuff, just computers with basic internet access, ideally broadband connections. Now, this type of business model is often referred to as cloud computing. And to give you an idea of the type of things that we look after, it's things like we manage databases, web servers, firewalls, load balancers, patching, backups. All these things are just come as part of our service offering, and most importantly, support. So one of the key areas of Takeflite Maintenance is the flight log system. We need those lazy pilots to enter in the flight log so that all our totals for our aircraft get updated. Now, most organizations are able to get their pilots to use Takeflite because it's a nice, relatively easy to use system. Others might need a little bit of coercion. But regardless of who enters the data, once that data is entered once, all the totals for the aircraft get updated, and they can be used in many different locations in the system. Now, if you happen to be using IndigoSat to track your aircraft, all that flight log information can be automatically sent to Takeflite Maintenance. So no manual entry of data is required in this case. So looking at this screen here, we can see at the top, anyone logging in can see what the current totals are for the aircraft. The minute you enter flight logs, those totals get updated. And in addition, down below for each of the aircraft, we can track all the components, inspections, ADs, service bulletins, and defects. So and all the life items and all the defects are all there by aircraft. And we can clearly see at a glance how long each of these line items has left to go. With all this information at our disposal, we can run a lot of fancy reports, and in this case we have our Find Do report, one of our more popular reports, which is very useful for telling you, what's coming up in, say, the next 100 hours and 30 days. Takeflite Maintenance has a comprehensive inventory management system. We can show you not only what you have in stock, but the parts that are coming in through your purchase orders, the parts that have been sent out, have been consumed as part of your jobs, or have been fitted as part of your jobs, and the parts that are currently away on repair orders, or just being overhauled or repaired. So with inventory, we have it's very easy to find parts, very easy to book them out. To make life even easier, we allow barcodes. Now, barcodes might sound daunting, but it's actually quite easy to do. All you need is a basic commercially available barcode scanner like you might see in any store. They're relatively cheap, and a ream of unique barcodes that you can get printed up by perhaps your local printer. What you can do is invest in a fancy label printer and fancier barcode scanners, but you don't need to. But the point is that by using barcodes, it makes it very easy for staff to find parts and subsequently book them out. So there's really no excuse for the team not to be booking out parts from their storeroom. So with purchase orders, we can keep track of the exact status of your purchase orders, because it's very rare that parts, your orders usually come in all in one shot. So we can keep track of what's on back order, what's been received or partially received, and all this. So once you enter this in, all this information updates the current stock. We can also keep track of all the parts that you've sent away for your repairs, and in this example here we can show you that You can define exactly what you want done. You can keep little notes specific to yourself, and once it's done, it'll update your inventory. But the real advantage of this is that it will keep track of that history of each of these cases, incidents that you send off. Each of these times you send off the part for repair, it's part of the component's history. So over time you can see all these requests for repair. Now, in the job system, we track everything that's to do with jobs. So one of the big aspects is obviously all the time that your team is spending on it, because time is money. So we can see here we have all the times, but we also keep track of costs like subcontractors, freight, miscellaneous things like consumables. And here we show you that these are all the parts that you've booked out. These are just general stock items like springs and seals. For components that are being added or removed as part of this job, we can list that here. And once you're done the job, you can actually invoice this to MYOB. Now, Takeflite Maintenance has an excellent work pack creation system. Work packs are also known as job cards. So these are the piece of paper you should hand out to the engineers on the floor. So as a maintenance controller, you can go off and easily select items you want, or run a find do and say, give me everything that's due within, say, 100 hours and 30 days. Let's do it all now. Once it comes here, you can order the items in the specific order you like and create your own work packs. Now, by default, Takeflite has numerous work pack formats, but if these don't suit your needs, or you have very specific formats you need to follow, just get the whole format into a Word document, point Takeflite Maintenance to it, and Takeflite can fill out the information for you. All you need to do is insert some little bookmarks so Takeflite knows where to put the appropriate data. And then once you've done all this job, you can use, done this whole work pack, you can create logbook entries in a very similar fashion to the worksheets. So all that saves quite a bit of time. Now, Takeflite Maintenance also has an advanced component management system. So as we can see here, this is an example of some of the basic life cycle that a part might go through. And we can keep track of all this detailed history, so you can do a lot of detailed analysis. And as you can see here, adding and removing parts is quite simple, as is just being able to see what you currently have fitted to your aircraft. Staff hours is usually a big source of grief in a lot of organizations, because some poor admin person usually has a stack of logbooks they need to go through it to enter in all the hours. And given that most people like to get paid, there's usually a lot of pressure on this person. With screens like this, we make it quite easy to enter in all this time. It's actually so easy that the team can actually enter this information themselves. So they're responsible for entering this information on a lot of organizations. But the point is, once all this information is in the system, the job is updated so you can see how much time you spent on it. But this information is also available for a wide range of reports. In this case, a duty hours report, which is not only used for calculating how much you need to pay somebody, but also to potentially see if they've done too many hours, if they need to take a day off. Now, have you ever been caught out by, say, using a part that was overdue, or maybe just about to expire, or forgetting to do something? The warning screen really takes that away. The minute you log in, you can see at a glance what you have overdue, what you have coming up. So in the case of those, say, worrying about expired inventory, you can drill down and see exactly what's expired, and then you can go and find out why that's still there, or just to go off and get rid of it. So that way, CASA won't be able to ping you on this, because all this information will be at your fingertips, and the whole team, once they log in, everyone will be able to see this information. Takeflite Maintenance also has a detailed engineer rostering system, which allows you to keep track of who is doing what when. In addition, we have a task planner, so you can define basically what you're up to in the near future, which is very similar to whiteboards that you see in many organizations. Takeflite Maintenance also has a wide range of reports, which is continually growing. If ever you need a different report to meet your needs, just let us know. So if you're operating an aircraft, anything from a Jetstream 41 to something as little as a Cessna 182, or a fleet comprising of anything in between, we can help. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Our contact information is below, and we look forward to hearing from you.